welcome to Devil's Roundup's 4th episode. We're Abbie and Luke. We're incredibly excited to have you with us.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Great to have you here. So today, we're going to break down that recent Leeds United friendly. Get into the latest buzz around Manchester United's transfer window, and then, look ahead to what should be a significant match against West Ham United.
Absolutely. And our mission here really is just to bring you the important insights, maybe some surprising facts from what's been happening at the club recently, helping you stay well-informed, quickly and clearly, always with that Red Devil spirit.
Exactly. We're exploring all these developments right alongside you, our fellow supporters.
So let's dive into that first bit of preseason action then. The friendly against Leeds, newly promoted Leeds, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Saturday, July 19th over in Stockholm.
And it finished 0-0. Goalless draw.
Goalless, yeah. Which, look, for a first outing, it definitely gives us plenty to talk about, doesn't it? About the squad, where things stand.
It really does. And what jumped out immediately, for me anyway, wasn't just the scoreline, but the squad Amorim actually confirmed for the match. So yeah, we saw the new guys, Matheus Cunha, and the young lad, Diego Leon. That was good.
Yep, good to get them involved straight away.
But the absence is right. Onana and Xerxes injured, though. Sounds like they'll join the U.S. tour, which is good news.
Hopefully, yeah.
But the big one, 5 players. Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, Antony, Malaysia. Just not even mentioned in the squad announcement.
Yeah, that wasn't just like an oversight or anything. That felt like a clear signal from the manager, didn't it?
Yeah.
A real statement about where they stand right now.
Exactly. A very public stance on their future. Or maybe lack of one.
And looking at the squad that did travel for that Leeds game, it kind of highlighted some, pressing issues, wouldn't you say?
For sure.
I mean, beyond the obvious thing of having 5 pretty highly paid players apparently not in the plan, the rest of the squad felt, thin in places. A lot of defenders, quite a few untested youngsters.
Yeah, definitely heavy on defenders.
And when you look at the numbers, that 29-player list, only 8 senior midfielders and forwards combined.
Only 8.
It just screams, we desperately need to sell some players to bring others in.
Yeah.
It really shows how much work is still left to do in this window to get the balance right.
Absolutely. It screams it loud and clear.
Yeah.
But, okay, even though the game itself was maybe a bit subdued.
Yeah, fair to say.
The debuts of the 2 new signings, they give us some interesting things to chew on, didn't they? Diego Leon, the 18-year-old fullback from Paraguay. Very promising debut, I thought. Look, he's still raw, obviously.
Of course, at 18.
Yeah, but you saw glimpses of real composure, strength, even some tactical awareness. Okay, a couple of positional slips early on, that's totally expected.
Sure, yeah.
But he recovered well, played smart, even had a go, tried a shot. And Amorim praised him afterwards, called him powerful, said he's going to be a very good player.
High praise, yeah. For an 18-year-old getting that straight off the bat, it suggests Amorim sees something special there, maybe wants that dynamic presence from fullback sooner rather than later.
Could be. On the other hand, Matheus Cunha, the former Wolves guy, he seemed to struggle a bit more, maybe.
Yeah, it looked that way. Didn't offer a huge amount of creativity or threat in that particular game.
Right. And Amorim kind of acknowledged it, didn't he? Talking about the connection with Bruno.
Said it's still not there, but it's going to be a good connection, which is hopeful, I guess.
Yeah, and he also admitted there's a lot to improve in the final third generally, which, isn't just a criticism. It shows the high standards he's setting.
Definitely. But you got to remember Cunha's potential, right? His Premier League experience, he can score goals. He could still be a real game changer for us.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to take time, isn't it, to properly integrate him?
For sure. Early days. But even in a 0-0, there were other performances that gave you a bit of hope, confirmed some existing strengths.
Like Tom Heaton, our 39-year-old keeper.
Incredible, wasn't he? Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Made 3 excellent saves in the second half?
Yeah, crucial saves. Especially with Onana out, his calmness, that experience, it just settled things down back there when we weren't really firing up front.
He was immense.
Yeah.
A real comfort. And then, of course, Bruno.
Bruno being Bruno.
Pretty much. Orchestrating things, sharp passing, always vocal, demanding urgency. Even when the game felt a bit flat, he was the one trying to inject life into it. Still the creative heartbeat.
Definitely. And Diogo Dalot looked sharp, too, didn't he? Lots of energy down the right. Those overlapping runs looked solid defensively as well. Reliable.
Yeah, good shift from him. And Aiden Heaven, the young defender. Quietly impressive, I thought. Looked composed one-on-one, showed real maturity for his age. That's exactly what you want to see when a youngster gets a chance.
Yeah, definitely promising. And even Abbie Menu, maybe not quite as dominant as we've sometimes seen him.
Yeah, bit quieter.
But he still managed to hit the crossbar, didn't he? Just shows that touch of class he has.
Yeah, that technical quality is always there. So yeah, look, the Leeds game, first glimpse, lots to build on.
Definitely. Oh, and wasn't Will Ferrell there in the stands?
Yeah. The Leeds investor himself.
Oh.
Added a bit of Hollywood stardust to a Stockholm friendly.
Right then. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk transfers because there's been quite a bit happening since we last spoke.
Yeah, you're spot on there. Quite a bit of movement.
So, incoming. The big one is Bryan Mbeumo, officially confirmed from Brentford.
Yep, signed on July 21st. Forward from Cameroon. The fee, reported around 65 million guaranteed, might rise to 71 million pounds with add-ons.
Big money. Long-term contract, too.
Until 2030, option for another year.
Yeah, he was clearly a primary target, wasn't he? Expected to join the U.S. tour. You can see him fitting into those plans Amorim has, partnerships with Kuna, with Fernandes.
A key piece for the new attack, you'd think.
Exactly. And then on the way out, a really significant loan move. Marcus Rashford. Yeah, completed his season-long loan to Barcelona, was it Wednesday, July 23rd?
That's right. And this is huge because Barca are covering his full wages, which are, reportedly £325,000 a week?
Something like that, yeah. Massive wages.
And they've got an option to buy him next summer for around £26 million.
Yeah.
Just getting those wages off the books for this season, that's saving United something like £12 million.
Which is vital, isn't it, for freeing up funds?
Absolutely huge. And you have to remember, he hadn't actually played for United since December, was already out on loan at Villa for a bit.
True. So these moves, and thinking back to that Leeds squad, it just underlines again those squad concerns, doesn't it? The clear out probably needs to continue, and we still definitely need more bodies in. Midfield, attack especially, give the manager the depth he wants.
Yeah, for sure. And the striker search.
Yeah.
That's still rumbling on, isn't it? With some, mixed signals flying about.
Seems like it. Nicolas Jackson at Chelsea, reportedly keen to come.
Yeah, but Chelsea want big money, the 80 million. United seemed to be in the lead, apparently held talks.
Okay. And Benjamin Sesko. Any better news there?
Maybe slightly. Reports say RB Leipzig have slashed his asking price down to maybe around 60 million, 70 euros.
Yeah.
And apparently our head of scouting really likes him. So potentially more viable now.
Right. But Ollie Watkins still looks tough.
Very tough. Villa apparently sticking to their not for sale line, even though United apparently made fresh contact.
So it's looking like a real challenge to get a main center forward in before the season starts, August 17th.
It is, yeah. Which could mean Rasmus Højlund maybe gets one last chance to really stake his claim.
Could well do. Okay, what about midfield? Any movement there? Javi Guerra, the Valencia lad.
Yeah, that name keeps popping up. United reportedly monitoring him very closely. And the fact he rejected a new contract offer from Valencia, that might open the door. There are even some claims United are very close to sorting something out with the 22-year-old.
Right. What's the deal with the fee? It sounded a bit complicated.
It is a bit tricky. Valencia apparently want around 27 million, but Villarreal own 30% of his economic rights.
Ah, okay. So Villarreal get a cut.
Exactly. So Valencia's asking price isn't just about what they want. They need to cover Villarreal's share, too. Makes negotiations tougher. But he looks a good prospect. Versatile, too.
Yeah.
Number 8, number 6, even played number 10, apparently.
Interesting. Okay, and then with Onana's injury, a goalkeeper has suddenly become a priority, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the name cropping up most is Senne Lammens, the young Belgian keeper at Royal Antwerp.
Okay.
United apparently stepping up their interest. He was linked before, actually said himself it would be hard to turn United down. Might cost around 17 million pounds.
And if he comes in, he could play pretty soon in the U.S.
That seems to be the thinking. And potentially straight into the team for the Summer Series games, give him a chance to push Onana for that number 1 spot when he's fit again.
Right. And wasn't there some talk about Emiliano Martinez as well?
There was, yeah. Reports of a surprise offer for a temporary deal, which Villa apparently just laughed off, rejected immediately.
Okay. So maybe not much in that.
Well, Fabrizio Romano clarified no official bid was actually made, just maybe conversations with his people. Martinez is apparently open to joining, even without European football. But yeah, it sounds like nothing concrete is close between the clubs right now. Lammens seems the more likely target.
Okay. Right. Well, plenty happening off the pitch. Let's look ahead to the next action on the pitch, because this weekend brings another, important preseason test for United, doesn't it?
Indeed it does. This is where it gets maybe a bit more serious. Manchester United against West Ham United.
And the details for that one.
Okay, so for UK listeners, it's Sunday, July 27th, kicking off at midnight BST. So Saturday night going into Sunday morning.
Right. And for U.S.-based fans?
That'll be Saturday evening, July 26th, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time.
Gotcha. And it's at the MetLife Stadium, New Jersey.
Yep, East Rutherford. And it's actually the first of our 3 games in the Premier League Summer Series. It's a sort of round-robin thing with us, West Ham, Everton, and Bournemouth.
Ah, okay. And where can people watch?
MUTV and Sky Sports in the UK, Peacock over in the US.
Perfect. So, this game, it marks the official start of the U.S. preseason tour, which is always exciting.
Yeah, gets things properly underway. And it's a big chance to see the new signings, isn't it? Mbeumo could potentially make his debut.
Yeah, that'd be great to see.
And you'd expect Kuna and Leon to feature quite heavily again, too. It's not just another run-out. It's a really crucial part of Amorim's preparations, developing the squad, maybe trying to address some of those needs we've just been talking about.
Definitely. And thinking about West Ham, from a fan point of view, our recent record against them isn't amazing, is it?
No, it's... Well, last season they actually finished 1 place above us in the league. Just 1 point more.
Right. And didn't we lose both league games against them last season?
We did, yeah. Lost 2-1 back in October 24, then 2-0 in May 25. So yeah, even though it's preseason, maybe there's a little bit of wanting to put that right, show what we can do now.
A subtle revenge mission. And the West Ham themselves, they're kind of in transition too, aren't they? New manager?
Yeah, Graham Potter's in charge now. This is his first full season, trying to improve on that 14th place finish they had. They've been busy in the market too, brought in some defensive and wide players, but they've also lost some key guys. Kudu's gone to Spurs, Antonio, Danny Ings have left too, so they'll be looking to bed in their own new system.
Right. So loads of changes for both teams, really. Which brings us to the nature of these preseason games.
Exactly. You always have to remember what they're really for. Predictions are so tricky because both managers are going to rotate heavily.
Yeah, fitness and tactics over the result.
Absolutely. Getting minutes into legs, trying out different combinations, different tactical ideas. That's the priority, not necessarily winning at all costs. Performances can be unpredictable. Players are at different fitness levels.
And just avoiding injuries. That's key.
Always the main aim in preseason. So, looking ahead to the game itself, what should we be watching out for?
Well, obviously, United's new faces. How do Mbeumo, Cunha, Leon integrate? How do they fit into Amorim's plans as they evolve? That's the big excitement for us.
Yeah, definitely. And then for West Ham, how are they looking under Powder? How are they trying to play?
And motivation. Both teams will want to put on a decent show, especially with new signings wanting to impress.
Sure. And we need to remember who's missing. Maguire is out for personal reasons, potentially others still recovering from knocks for us. West Ham are without Kudus, obviously, and Antonio and Ings up front leaves them a bit light there, too.
So overall, what kind of game are we expecting?
Generally, you'd probably expect a pretty open, entertaining game, maybe some goals. The result itself is genuinely hard to call. It could easily be a draw. It could be a narrow win either way.
Yeah, the scoreline isn't the main thing.
Not really. The real focus for us, for the manager, will be on how individuals perform, how the team looks tactically, how those new signings adapt. Much more important than whether we win 2-1 or lose 3-2, you know. Expected to be competitive, yeah, but definitely experimental. Lots of changes, probably a few goals.
Okay, that's it for today, folks. This West Ham match, it feels like a really crucial step, doesn't it, in the preseason prep, but maybe even more so for integrating these new players into Amorim's vision.
Definitely a big one to watch.
If you liked our show, you can find our podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Simply search for Devil's Roundup on your favorite platform and hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. You can also find us across all your favorite social media platforms. We're really interested to hear your thoughts and opinions on the show and everything Manchester United. Feel free to leave your comments wherever you find our podcast or accounts on social media and let us know what you think. Liking, subscribing, and sharing our podcast would be a huge help and a big support for us. We look forward to having you join us for our next Devil's Roundup, airing next Friday. Thanks for listening.